Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with me, Mr. Chanso, in English class. In this time, we are going to study about agreement and disagreements. Now, we are going to see the class of Mr. Acho. Mr. Acho, times yours. Yeah, okay, Mr. Chanso, thank you for this time. Talking about agreement and disagreements, we are going to see three parts of this one. The first is what is the social function of agreement and disagreement. The second is what is the structure text of agreement and disagreement. And the last is what is the language features of agreement and disagreement. Okay, students, let's talk about three parts of agreement and disagreement. The first one's what is the social function? To know more about agreement and disagreement, or to know more about the social function of agreement and disagreement, we need to answer the questions. Why do we need to know the expression of agreement and disagreement? Automatically, we are going to remember what we have read before Quran Surah Ali Imran 189. And the next, we need to remember that we are, as a human being, we need to know other people opinions about the situation around us. How about their opinions about the issue that rise, or how their opinions about the conditions in the condition around us. And the next is everyone has a right to give opinions. You need to remember about this one. Nah, untuk mengetahui fungsi sosial dari ekspresi agreement and disagreement atau pernyataan setuju dan tidak setuju terhadap sesuatu, maka kita harus menjawab pertanyaan kenapa kita harus mengetahui ekspresi setuju dan tidak setuju. Tentunya kita akan melihat firman Allah surah Ali Imran ayat 189 sebagaimana yang kita sudah bacakan tadi, dan bagaimana sebagai manusia kita harus tahu bagaimana pendapat orang lain tentang suatu hal. Kemudian setiap manusia itu memiliki hak untuk memberikan pendapat setuju atau tidak setuju. Inilah yang menjadi fungsi sosial dari agreement and disagreement. The next question is what is the structure text of agreement and disagreement? Tentunya bagaimana struktur dari teks agreement and disagreement, karena ini adalah teks interaksi transaksional yang disampaikan secara lisan maupun tulisan. Tentunya struktur teksnya ada dua, yaitu bagaimana kita memulai memberikan tanggapan, atau bagaimana kita memulai dalam percakapan, kemudian bagaimana kita menanggapinya. So, if we talking about agreement and disagreements, here's the first is how we start the questions about the issue, and the next bagaimana kita menanggapi pertanyaan tersebut terkait dengan isu. For example, seperti dalam dialog berikut ini. How about if we go to the mountain next week? To the mountain? Wow, that's great idea. Ya, di video tadi merupakan contoh agreement atau persetujuan. The next questions, pertanyaan selanjutnya yang harus dijawab dalam mempelajari agreement and disagreement adalah what is the language features? Bagaimana unsur kebahasaan dari agreement and disagreement? Untuk unsur kebahasaan ada dua hal yang harus kita ketahui. Yang pertama, unsur kebahasaan agreement, dan yang kedua adalah unsur kebahasaan disagreement. Tentunya untuk unsur kebahasaan agreement seperti contohnya ungkapan agreement yaitu I agree with you. Kemudian yang kedua, untuk unsur kebahasaan disagreement tentunya biasa kita dengar dengan ucapan I disagree with you. Inilah kedua unsur kebahasaan dari agreement and disagreement. It's about the explanation of agreement and disagreement. Ya, selanjutnya saya kembalikan kepada Mr. Chainsaw. Mr. Chainsaw yang ada di studio, silakan. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Acho. That's the end of the news today. Thank you very much. Keep watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.